Hey everyone, you know how sometimes the most fascinating stories come from the most unexpected places? Well, today I want to talk about something that's really caught my attention lately, the incredible story of Labubus. You might be wondering, what exactly is Labubus? Well, that's actually a pretty interesting question. Let me take you on a journey that'll explain not just what Labubus is, but how this fascinating concept came to be. So, picture this. In the early days of creative exploration and community building, a group of innovative thinkers came together with an idea. They wanted to create something unique, something that would bring people together in ways that they hadn't imagined before. Now, the name Labubus, it's kind of quirky, isn't it? You might be thinking, where did that come from? Well, the story behind the name is actually pretty fascinating. You see, like many great ideas, it started as sort of happy accident. The founders were brainstorming one day, throwing around different concepts and ideas, when someone just kind of blurted out Labubus. And you know what? It just stuck. There was something about the way it sounded, something playful yet memorable. But here's the really interesting part. The name actually started taking on a meaning of its own. It became synonymous with creativity, with thinking outside the box. You know how sometimes things just develop their own life? That's exactly what happened here. The early days of Labubus were, well, let's just say they were pretty experimental. The team behind it was constantly trying new things, pushing boundaries, seeing what worked and what didn't. They had this amazing vision of creating something that would really make a difference. And speaking of making a difference, let me tell you about some of the early challenges they faced. You see, whenever you're trying to create something new, something different, you're bound to run into some interesting situations. There were times when people just didn't get it. They'd hear the name Labubus and kind of scratch their heads. But that's the thing about innovation. Sometimes the things that seem the strangest at first end up being the most impactful. As time went on, Labubu started to evolve. It wasn't just a name anymore, it became a movement, a way of thinking. People started associating with creativity, with pushing boundaries, with thinking differently about everyday challenges. And you know what's really cool? The way Labubus has influenced different areas of creative expression, from art to technology, from community building to problem solving. It's amazing how one unique concept can branch out in so many different directions. Let me share something interesting about the developmental process. The team behind Labubus had this really unique approach to growth. They didn't just want to create something and call it done. They wanted it to be dynamic, evolving, always changing with the need of the community. And that's really what makes Labubu special, isn't it? The way it's constantly adapting, growing, becoming something new while staying true to the original spirit. It's like imagine having a conversation that never really ends. It just keeps getting more interesting. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about the practical applications of all this. Well, that's another fascinating aspect of the Labubu story. You see, what started as a creative concept has found its way into all sorts of real world situations. Think about it. How often do we need fresh perspectives in our daily lives? How often do we need to look at things differently? That's where the whole Labubu's philosophy comes in. It's about finding new angles, new approaches, new ways of solving problems. One of the things I find most inspiring about Labubu's is how it brings people together. It's created this kind of community where different ideas can coexist, where creativity is celebrated, where thinking differently isn't just accepted, it's encouraged. And you know what's really exciting? The future possibilities. The way Labubus continues to evolve and adapt. It's like watching a story unfold in real time. Every new chapter brings something unexpected, something fascinating. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Well, I think the story of Labubus teaches us something really important about creativity, about innovation, about the power of unique ideas. It shows us that sometimes the most impactful concepts come from the most unexpected places. As we wrap up this journey through the world of Labubus, I can't help but feel excited about what's next. What new directions will it take? How will it continue to influence and inspire? These are the questions that keep this story interesting, that keep us coming back for more. And you know what? Maybe that's the real magic of Labubus. The way it keeps us wondering, keeps us thinking, keeps us imagining what could be possible. It's not just a name or a concept, it's a reminder that creativity knows no bounds. So next time you hear the name Labubus, remember, you're not just hearing a unique word, you're hearing the story of innovation, of creativity, of people coming together to create something truly special. And isn't that what it's all about?